check something. Yeah, that's all right. Good. Okay, we're good. Good morning to the YouTube live. How are you? Just been over on TikTok for half an hour, filling people in about the videos that have been coming out over the past weekend that I have been doing the videos. I do apologise that I haven't been on here yesterday. That was not my intention. I just had to put the videos out for you guys, and I thought the only way to put the videos out was just to take a Sunday off and just get the videos out the way, you know, and see what, because I've got so many videos that are save me on the playlist that I have to do, and I had to take Sunday off to concentrate on that. And also I was trying to get back into Neighbours. I've got so many Neighbours things that were catching up with me, and now I've caught up sort of thing. But when you catch up with one Neighbours episode, like I'm watching the year 88, 80, I think it's 88, 90, something like that. Anyway, so what's happening at the moment is the year 2017 of Neighbours is now building back up. So when that builds up, I have to then finish the 1990s that I'm watching of Neighbours, then go back to the other ones. So it does help me to take a Sunday off, in, you know, and occasionally a Saturday, you know, I could do the live streams on a Saturday, but they sort of won't be the mega long live streams that you guys have always been asking me, you know, why don't you do them on the weekend still? Main reason is because I try to keep up with the weekend stuff that I've got to do on what comes out, which I don't watch on the weekdays. Sometimes I'll only watch one episode of my favourite TV show, and it will go for an hour and a half. So the time you watch one, like 5 day a week of one episode of what they put out on the TV, which is like I think it's 7 episodes they put out in, no, 5 episodes, it's 5 days, that's right, 5 episodes, and they put them out 20 minutes each, so that's mainly an hour and 30 minutes, an hour and a half, something like that. So by the time I watch all that, stop it Butch, enough. By the time I do all that, it makes it very hard for me to keep up with, you know, doing my live streams and stuff like that. So that's why I wasn't here yesterday, but I am back today, and I hope you enjoyed all the videos that I've been putting out so far. There is more videos I will be filming today, don't get me wrong, because you guys like to keep up with what's going on. Basically all week we'll be filming again, putting the videos out for you again. The everyday stuff that we're doing, we'll jazz it up a bit. We're trying to film the other way filming. It's called the other way filming, where you turn the camera and you're filming that way. So we are trying to do that as well. So yeah, just bear with me, because I want to see how those videos are going to turn out. It's something new that is started on my camera thing, which I'm learning every day with this phone. It's got different functions, different this, different that, to learn how to, someone saying hi to me, hello, I'm sorry to not saying hello to you, how are you this morning? Hope you are okay out there. I know it's going to be a reasonable hot day, not too hot, not too cold, but it's going to be okay. Butch, can you please sit down? And I hope you guys do enjoy the video content that will be coming out, and the live streams, of course, that I do. Probably ask me, what were you doing on the other channel, Pete, exactly? I was just going on about what I was going on the past week, but we won't get into on this channel here, because you're probably sick and tired of me telling you about it, so I won't. At the end of the day, I've just been trying to work out the budget for, you know, bills are going to come out and stuff like that, and just trying to do that, and yeah, the everyday life living skills that I'll be doing and stuff like that. Yeah, and at the end of the day, I'm just trying to do me. I'm just trying to you know, have a bit of fun, joke around, stuff like that. That's the name of the game, and that's what we do try to do on the channel. I do try to do whatever I can, you know, to help the channel out. I'm not saying the channel is ever going to be, you know, a mega channel. I mean, I can't see this channel going to about 50,000 subscribers. If it does, it'll be a bloody miracle. I don't think it will, but you know, I'm here for everyone that does want me to be here. As long as you want me to be here, I'm here for every one of you guys. I believe in, you know, giving back to people that watch the videos and the comment on the videos. I do believe in giving back to you guys, because at the end of the day, sorry guys, I'm just checking my thing. At the end of the day, I do believe in, well, what you give back to me, I got to give back to you. That's just the way it works out. Yeah, there's lots of things I was talking over on the other channel, right? We were discussing about everyday life, living skills and stuff like that, and me learning what I'm learning and stuff like that. And I said at the end of the day, hang on guys, I'm just checking my, what do we call it, heart rate, there we go. And at the end of the day, I was just saying to people, 7 minutes ago, pulse rate was 97. There we go. I was just saying to people, you know, at the end of the day, I've got to be able to. Oh, thank you so. Hey, Jen, what's crack-a-lacking? How you going, Jen? I knew that was Jen because it was Jen. Yes, I knew it was Jen. Jen is one of my groupies. Hello, Jen. How are you this morning? Good to see you on here. Yep, send you all my love. What's been going on? I've just been posting videos, Jen. Just getting the videos out to you guys and doing. One of my videos have got to say with me 163 views. It's a 1 minute something video, and that's amazing. Out of all my videos, that is amazing. It's hard to being a YouTuber. Doing the YouTube and doing stuff like that, because I don't know sometimes what you guys like for content. I mean, I could put a video out for you guys and it can totally take off like this video has taken off, or I can put a video out that people, you know, will watch it and they'll think, oh, it only deserves 3 or 4 views. But this video here, it seemed to have taken off quite a bit. And yeah, I can't believe on how many views that video's got. It's blowing me away to see all the response from the views of those videos that I have got. Someone saying hi, how are you, my friend? If you're a new subscriber, welcome to the YouTube channel. Do please like and subscribe to the channel to keep up with all the latest videos, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can see the latest videos that do come on my channel, and you can be part of the channel by being a member, or you can say with me, hit the what do you call it, the super chat button, because that hasn't been used for a hell of a long time. So if you do want to do that over for the Christmas season, which is in December here, let's try and get that going to build my YouTube payment out, which I haven't been paid from YouTube for about nearly 2 months now, because I haven't met. What do you want? You want to go down or what? You want to go down? Come on, go down. Oh, come on, go down. So it's my dog, which I haven't been paid for yet. So I'm trying to build that up as well. And today you will see Maddie in a couple of hours. He will be here with me. I'm just doing my YouTube live streaming, which I always do. And here's Let's See. Hello, Let's See. Hi, Pete. Let's See was over on my TikTok channel before, and he was, what's the matter, Butch? He was over there. I'll be back in a minute, guys. I've just got to go to the toilet and get a lolly. Oh. What do you want? Ah! Oh, that's right, doing road work. Forgot about that. Oh, hi guys. I'm back again. I just had to go and get a lolly. I've just realised something. They're doing roadworks outside the front here. I forgot about that. And that came up. I think on Friday they left a note saying they're going to do roadworks. So I forgot all about that. A lot of people are going to say, well, that's pretty stupid of you, Pete. It is actually. It is very stupid on me. That's the gardener. It is one of those days where the gardeners come and they do their gardening and stuff like that. Tidy up the place for Christmas and stuff like that, which is okay. That's fine. People are wondering, what did you have for breakfast today, Big Pete? I had a brownie. And I had 2 last night, which was bad because I'm a diabetic. Do you have a something? I guess if I do have a something, yes, I do have a something. A drink. Yeah, I do. Got my water here. Before people ask me, it's in this water bottle here. So I went down to Bunnings with Betty and we bought some water bottles. And yes, I have got my drink in the water bottle. And before people are wondering, I am going to stay hydrated today. I'm not dehydrated because that's a bad thing. We wouldn't want that to happen to your host, old Pete. I do have water here. What's the weather like down in Melbourne? Let's see. I call him Let's see. I always get his name mixed up. I'm bloody bad like that. Is it raining down in Melbourne? Because I did hear yesterday that they had some showers and storms down there. That's why I wanted to check in. It is raining and 14 degrees. Fucking hell. Jeez, that is really, really cold weather down there, eh? It's funny, the Queensland weather and the Melbourne weather, how different they are apart from each other, sort of thing, if you know what I mean. It's... hey, I've got a question for you. Let's see. And I was trying to find it on the YouTube. I went to YouTube and I tried to find it and I couldn't find the question for this. A 2013 Toyota Hiace motorbike that's done 102,000 Ks. When should I think, it's a petrol, when should I think about, how many kilometers should I think about replacing the timing chain on them? When do they have to be replaced? How many Ks? Because there's a whole different, people give you different answers, and I just want to know when should you, how many kilometers do you have to do the timing chain on a Toyota Hiace? 2013 model, petrol, 2 litre. I thought I'd put that out there because I was on YouTube yesterday and I couldn't find the kilometers on them. If it was 100, if it was 200,000 Ks, you've got to replace the timing chain, or if it was, and the guides, of course, as well, because you've got plastic guides. I know from experiences, but if it was, you know, it was 200,000, or what Ks are they? Because I do have to look, you know, probably look into that as well. Never ending. They're never ending, I tell you. So if, you know, people are out there and they have got a Toyota Hiace, have you done a timing chain in a 2013 or 2008 model petrol Toyota Hiace? And when did you do it? What kilometres did you do it at? If anyone has got one, and anyone that does own one, please let me know. I'll be very interested to find out more about that. Anyway, moving on. Videos you can be expecting are some real cool videos that are going to be coming out. I'm going to be filming this way, but you're going to see both of us in it. The best go get. So I don't think you do have to change them, do you? Let's see the timing change on those Hiaces. I think that what you change them after what 300,000 or something like that, or 200,000, if they're not rattly. I know if they stretch a bit, well, yeah, you've got to change them. I mean, that's, you know, so it's not, yes, 300,000. Fuck. Well, I've still got 198,000 to do then. I do look after her, but I do change the oil every 6 months on her. Not me, the mechanic does, of course. We change the oil every 6 months. We don't rag on her. We sort of let her go smoothly and let her change by herself. So we do treat Troy with respect. I check the oil every 3 to 4 weeks. I lift the seat and I check the oil. The coolant I check regularly, because hot weather, you never know what can happen. Boats, come here, please. You never know what can happen in hot weather, so I'm always looking out for the radiator hoses and stuff like that, because you never know what can go on those, and it's a costly expense when something does go bad on those. They do cost a lot of money to fix. So I'm up to that stage. I've got to be very careful now, getting into the next year, which is, well, next month actually. It's only a month before it's a new year. I mean, geez. I mean, you tell me where this year has gone, guys. It's just gone like that. And I mean, I'm not going to do. I was going to do a video of the year that's been already, what I've thought about the year, my personal highs, my personal lows of the year. And I'm going to do a couple of these live streams. I'll start one now, if you want. My personal highs and lows of this year have been, say with me, opening my savings account. That's been my personal high this year, and it was thanks to Ruby. And Ruby, if you're out there, hello little Ruby, it's me, Pete. Remember me? The funny one. The one that you used to sing to me. Ruby used to sing to me. She used to break out in a song and used to sing to me, and it was really funny. So Ruby, if you're out there, thank you so much for being a friend. And there you go, I'll sing to Ruby now. But stay here. Thank you so much for helping me, Ruby. I do appreciate everything that you've done for me, and I hope you come and see me one day, and we catch up and say hello to Hamish, and Storm, of course. If Storm is there, say hello to him for me, will you? And yeah, what was I going to say? I was going to say something, I forgot what it was now. People are going to say, don't bother, Pete. We know what you're going to say before you even say it. I was just going to thank everybody for supporting me over the loss. That one of my low times, as most people would know, one of my low times on the channel, and there was videos put out about it. You can go back and watch the videos if you so wish to. It's the first day of summer too, guys, by the way, here in Queensland, and all over the place actually. My first shout out goes to all of you lovely subscribers that helped me through July's experience. As you know, July was a pretty bad experience for me. As you know, little Cindy was my dog. Little Cindy, for people that don't know little Cindy, she was part of this channel from when I started the channel, and sadly she passed away, and I was very, 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 very sad about that. My depression got very, very bad, as most people would know, and yeah, it really, really made it hard for me to cope. And all you guys, you were there for me through that, and you helped me through it, and you got me out the other side. And I'd just like to say to you guys, for that, thank you so much for helping me through that dark time of my life, because it really was a dark time. It wasn't a fun time for me to be in. It was a pretty sad time, and you guys came up trumps for me. You helped me through it, and you stayed on my channel. You gave my videos views and stuff like that. And I guess too, that time when Cindy was passing away, and she was getting sick and stuff like that. Some of those videos that I had to make when I actually put it out on the YouTube channel, that I was putting her down that day, and I had to sit there making the video when I was in the couch at the other place. Some of those videos was the hardest thing I've ever had to do, and for me personally, it was a very emotional video for me to put out of little Cindy, showing you how she was very ill, and why I had to put her to sleep and stuff like that. Because a lot of people, they watch that video over and over, and it's got so many views on it, and it's sort of sad that it's got the views for sad reasons, if you know what I mean, and not the happy reason that it should got the views for. But at the end of the day, I thought to myself, well, you people have got a right to know about what's happening with Cindy and why she passed away. And this is for all the new subscribers that are on the channel that didn't know my dog, little Cindy. She had a heart of gold. She was a beautiful little Maltese cross Shih Tzu. She could bark a lot. She could definitely bark a lot. She used to love her biscuits. She'd sit in the live streams. If you do go back and watch some of the live streams, you'll see Cindy with the biscuits. Cindy used to sit with the biscuits, right? And if I didn't give her a biscuit, she would bark at me and nip. That's the way little Cindy was. And there's many live streams of Cindy doing her nipping and her barking and stuff like that all the way through the lives, and you guys saying to me, Pete, that dog is barking, we cannot hear what you're saying, can you ask your dog to be quiet please? And I found that very very funny, actually, because Cindy was always a dog. She'd keep herself to herself. I mean, if you took her out for a walk and another dog came near her, she'd sit down. She would not let the other dog sniff her or anything like that. She was that kind of dog. She was a very faithful little dog. I remember a time when I was in, say, with me in the other place in Labrador there, right? Cindy, we went out somewhere in the van somewhere, and I got back, and I don't know who I was with. It was one of the support people I was with, right? They said to me, oh, look at little Cindy, she's by the window. She was by the window where the front lounge room was there, right? This is before she started to get sick, right? And she was by the window, and she was looking for me, like, when's she coming back? And we always had to be careful when we put the van away. Little Cindy would always run out to greet me, sort of thing, and I had to always be careful because she was so small. She was like like a chihuahua. She was half the size of Butch, right? And we had to be careful that we didn't run her over and stuff like that. So there was some fun times with little Cindy. Like, I remember the day I went to Paradise Point with little Cindy when I had the X-Rail, right? And I couldn't find little Cindy anywhere. I thought to myself, I'm looking around the area that we had the barbecue in, and I couldn't find little Cindy, and I'm looking for her. And I'm thinking to myself, where's little Cindy gone? I can't see her anywhere. And I don't know how I done it, but I turned around to look, by where the car was. And little Cindy was sitting at the back door waiting for it to open to get back in, because that was her way of saying, hey, I want to go back home now. And that was one of the smartest things I've ever seen her do, to buy the car to get into the car. That was a very, and a lot of people are probably saying, well, why didn't you start a channel like you have with Butch? Why didn't you do one for Cindy? Well, back in the day, as you know, when I was building this YouTube channel up for you guys to watch and to get videos out, I wanted to see how good this channel was going to do before I started to do other videos, about Cindy. By the time I was thinking about doing it, Cindy had got to the age that she was 13 years old, getting 12, 13 years old, right? And I was thinking about, what sort of videos would I be able to put on about Cindy? What would Cindy do that was funny? And Cindy, believe me or not, when I took the couch out of the van, as you guys know, and the table out of the van, as you guys would know, that was sort of very hard for me to take that table out of the van when Olivia was here last Thursday, because it reminded me that I put that table in with little Ruby and with Cindy by my side. Cindy was there watching me put the table in and looking at me and saying, Daddy, what the hell are you doing? Can't you get the table straight? So little Cindy, she was there with me throughout all that, watching me do that. And, taking the table out, taking the couch out. It was very sad to take them out. After, Cindy had been there with me, like when I put the carpet down on top of the other carpet. It was like a part of me was saying goodbye to Cindy, because she helped me a lot with that build, little Cindy. She watched me putting this in. She watched me, she watched me do what the van was. And I think now there's another part of the chapter. Now Butch has been able to see what I've been doing, and he's going to be there for the new build and stuff like that, and come out to enjoy it and see what I'm going to be doing with the new build and going with adventures with me, with the rest of the dream team. And his videos will come out, his channel, because Butch this month, as a lot of people may know, Butch is 1 year old. Butch, come here, boy. Butch is 1 year old, coming up now. So Butch is very much part of my life now, very much part of the dream team. He's a warrior like me. He's a very hard-headed dog like me. I'm not saying I am a dog, I'm a human being, before people ask. He's a very he knows what he wants and he goes for it. He's a bit like me. He's a go-getter. And he is. It was very hard for me, as most people know, when I bought Butch. It was very hard for me to go and buy Butch. As the story goes, and a lot of people love me telling the story, so I'll tell it once again for you. So I was sitting here. It was a bit of a rainy, drizzle day, and I was talking to Olivia. I said, Olivia, I really want to see what the animal welfare's got. Can you have a look on the page for me and see what sort of dogs they have got? And Olivia turned around and said, okay, let's just have a look. We're not, I'm not going to do anything about it. We'll just go and have a look. So Olivia said to me, there's a Maltese cross Shih Tzu. So I said to Olivia, okay, can you give him a call and let's just see? And she said, well, it's $950. Well, yeah, that was in the budget. And I said to her, we phoned up, and I said, the dog you got, it's a Maltese Shih Tzu cross, isn't it? She said, no, it's half Maltese, half Shih Tzu, it's a boy, it's named Pooch. I said, well, and I said, well, can I come and have a look at it? Can you hold the dog so I can have a look at it? And she said, well, no, it's best dressed, so whoever sees the dog first gets to have him first, right? And she said, he's been desexed, he's had all that done to him, fair enough. So we went there as quick as we could, keeping to the speed limits before anyone says what you're speeding out. No, we kept to the speed limits. We got there safety first, and I got out of the van. I went straight through the adoption area. I said, I'm here to see a dog that you had advertised. You haven't had any photos of him up yet. His name is Pooch. And she said, oh, you're straight down there. but there's two entrances. You can go that way for the big dogs, and you can go that way for the small dogs, right? So I've gone for the big dogs, where the big dogs are, right? That's where I've headed off. So I don't know how it was. I turned my face that way to see what was going on that way. And at the corner of my eye, I saw my Butch. He wasn't named Butch then. He was named Pooch. I saw him at the corner of my eye, so I quickly had to get out of that area to get back into that area, because there was another lady. I don't know what was wrong. She was in a wheelchair. I know that for a fact. And I went up to Butch, because Butch was in his cage. Here, boy, Butch. Butch was in his cage, right, and he was just sitting down in his cage, right. So I went up. I was with Olivia, and Dad was with me, of course. And we went up to Butch, and I was standing there, and I'm looking at Butch, and I'm trying to find someone to, I wanted to take Butch home with me, and I wanted to see, what he would be like with me, and if he would fit in with our family and stuff like that. So I said to, I think it was a man or a lady, she came and said, "Oh, how can I help you?" I said, "I really would like to adopt this dog, if I can." And she said, "Yeah, okay, sure. Let's take him to the yard and see how you two get on." And the lady took Butch out to the yard where they can walk around. So you get to spend time with him. They give you about 10 minutes with him, so you can spend time, pick him up. And at the time, I was still going through the grief of Cindy, as most people would know. But it was a time I had to buy another dog, because if I didn't buy it, Butch, and probably someone else would have bought him, and I would have missed out on getting a dog. I would have had to wait another month, 2 months or something, or I would have had to just buy one for $1,900 or something. Being a girl dog, and it probably would have been like 6 weeks old or 2 months old, and it still would have been through there anyway. Through a breeder or something, which probably wouldn't have been a bad idea. So anyway, the lady comes in and says to me, "Oh, how did you get on with Pooch?" And I said, "Yeah, I really do. I want him. I want to buy him. Yes, I do." So anyway, she puts him back in the cage. She reads all the information. He's got an overbite. He's got the form paws. Shih Tzu Maltese breeds, sometimes they do get that in their breed, right? So she explains all that to me, and in the meanwhile, there's a girl in the wheelchair right next to me, looking at him. So I said, "No, I want him." So she puts him back in there, and she writes on the thing, it says how old he is, 7 months and 8 weeks. She writes on the thing, "Adopted." So I walk up to the lady. "Butch, here, boy." Here you go. Here, you want that? I walk up to the lady, right? And as I'm walking up, I see, say with me, Butch at the corner of my eyes, and walking back going, like, in other words, "Hey, you going to take me home, or are you just leaving me here for someone else to adopt me?" So I went up to the, what do you call it? Say with me, the information where you get the, what do we call it? Where you get your adoption stuff done. That you do your paperwork and stuff like. You wait for your paperwork and stuff like that. Anyway, so I got the paperwork done. I paid me money and stuff like that for Butch to go and collect, to collect him, right? And they got all these walkie-talkies, right? They got all these walkie-talkies there, where one talks to the other at the animal welfare. "Can you bring the dog Pooch up? Can you bring him up?" And it was very funny when they brought him up, because Olivia, she gave him a hug first before I did when we had him out in the compound. She said to me, "Do you want to pick him up?" I just couldn't, because I had the tear in my eye, because I was still thinking about Cindy, because I was still very raw. It was only a month or two since I put Cindy to sleep that I was, I still had it in my eye, sort of thing, the tear anyway. So what happened was, he came up. He came up to us. I bought some doggy biscuits. I bought him a harness, stuff like that, right? So he comes up to us, and I went next door to do the council stuff, you know, that I had to do to take him home and stuff like that. And I said to myself, and I said to Butch as well. I looked at him and I said, "Hey fella, you actually coming home with me, fella?" And he looked at me, and I looked at him, and we both knew that there was this contact between us. I knew when he was in the cage that was a contact between us. Because when I looked at him and he was sitting like this with his paws like that on the cage, like he sits sometimes in the house here. Sometimes in the house here, he'll sit like that. And it will bring memories back to me, because I'll think of him like he was in the cage there, in the kennel there, sort of thing. And I'll think of him like that. It was sad that, you know, when he had his operation, they just put him straight back in there. They didn't give him time to recover. They just pushed him back out. I mean, he had the operation for 1 day, and they just put him back out there. So when I went there, and I got him, Butch, come here, boy. Here, Butch. Come here. Where are you? Come here. Here, Butch. Come to me. Come here. Butchie. Come here. Butchie, here, boy. Where are you? Come. Butch. Oh, man. Come here. Come here, boy. Butchie, here. Where are you? Come on. Butch, here. He doesn't want to come. Anyway, when I done the paperwork, I said to myself, because Butch sat in the back on the way home, because we didn't know about toiling training and stuff like that. And he came home with us. He was very quiet, sort of dog, stuff like that. And I thought, okay, this is the way he's going to be. He's going to be one of those dogs that's quiet, and he's going to be easy to get along with. He's going to be easy, you know, because they said, oh, he has been trained. And I thought, oh, that's great. He has been trained. He's had a bit of training. Well, that's good. That's something I don't have to worry about. Anyway, the needle, or whatever they gave him, pain relief, whatever they gave him for his operation, right? The first day he jumped off the bed, he went to mum and dad. Then he came back to me, and so on. And then I noticed after 2 or 3 days, or 4 days of having him, he was becoming, say with me, a dog that wanted to play. Yeah, you, Butch. Yes, you, fella. He was becoming a dog that wanted to play and wanted to chase things. He wanted to be who he was. And that made me laugh. And then he became into his nipping habits, nipping your leg and stuff like that. And I didn't take much notice of it. And I thought to myself, okay, this... What's that? Oh, it's a flower. This dog has to go for training. So I had to wait another month just to get him into the training classes with the lady who was going to train him, right? She done a great job. Her name was Elizabeth. Very nice lady. Kind of miss her. She was a really good trainer. She taught me a lot with Butch's training. He had nearly 7 or 8 weeks, nearly 2 months solid training. Of, you know, sit, stay, come, wait, stuff like that. And he's, you know, he's getting 12 months, he's settling down a bit. He's not a barker. I mean, he sits out here, right, and he doesn't bark. Only when he'll want to play with something, he's got his toys, and then he'll let you know, hey, I want to play with this and I want to play with that. But at the end of the day, he's become a long way. We've been together nearly 4 or 5, I think it's 5 months this month actually, coming up, that Butch and I have been together. And you know, it means a lot to me, because I didn't think in my wildest dreams, after Cindy had passed away, I didn't think that I would have another dog in my life. I thought after Cindy, oh well, it's done, dusted, I won't have another dog. That's just the way things go. But he came along in my life, And yeah, he just brightened my life out. He's been with me. He sleeps at me right at the top of the bed now. He'll go down to the end when he has to, but most of the time he'll come to the top of the bed. He'll lay down next to me. He'll roll over and stuff like that. And he's really, I've got to say, a very kind little fella. I couldn't ask for a better dog than Butch. He's, really, how do I explain it? The love of my life. He comes everywhere with me. Sometimes I can't take him to certain places, and he does get a bit upset about that. But you can't take your dog everywhere in life. Sometimes if you're going to a doctor, you can't take your dog into the doctor's surgery, because they don't allow dogs in the doctor's surgery. If you go to the bank, well, you can't take your dog with you to a bank unless it's a rescue dog and stuff like that. So Butch does get a, what do you call, where they're not with you, the owner. They sort of away from the owner sort of thing. They get anxiety, when they're not with you sort of thing. And Butch is like that. And Butch really, really, really made me laugh because he's the type of dog that's always been with me, and he's always come with me here and there. And I'm looking forward to this year coming up, and next year coming up. I'm looking forward for Butch to come on more trips with us, do some beach stuff, do some swimming with me, stuff like that. I am looking forward to him doing that with me, and having a good doggy life with me, and stuff like that. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't that keen on buying a male dog, because I did hear that male dogs were a lot harder to train than female dogs are, and they're a bit more voice, they're a bit more lively in what they do, and that worried me a bit when I had Butch about doing that sort of training with Butch. Would he fit in? How's he going to be? Is he going to be okay and stuff like that? And he is fit. Hey, good morning, Izzy. He is fitted in great. Butch has been number one with me. Butch has. He has shown me a lot of love over the past months that I've had Butch. He has done some incredible things. I mean, we call him in our family the bottle recycler. Every drink bottle we have that's plastic, Butch has to play with it before you chuck it out. He has to chase it. He has to run after it. He's got to bring it back. He's got to play chasey with it. And that really does make me laugh, because you'll chuck a bottle, plastic one, not a real one. You break it, you'll get hurt. Chuck a plastic bottle up, and he'll go and run for it. He'll bring it back. He'll chuck it again. He'll run for it. He'll bring it back. And he can do this all day. And you'll just sit there going, okay, is it that time already? Let's go and get another one, and let's start him off again. And he'll do this all day, and that's what really makes me laugh about him. He's got so much energy in his little heart. And Butch, come here, and you can pick him up and you can carry him. I was playing with Butch like that sort of thing, grabbing him and going like that sort of thing. But he's not the type of dog where you can say with me, play with me. He don't want to play back. He just wants to be left alone, and he'll just sit there, and he'll let you do whatever you want to do with him in reason. So that quite makes me laugh about Butch, that he's that type of dog that he'll let you do anything with him. He'll let you know now when he goes to the toilet. Occasionally he does a wee inside. Occasionally. Like yesterday he done one. We took him out 3 or 4 times. It just depends. When he drinks water, like everyone else, he goes toilet. That's just the way it is. But He loves his food. He's had Weetabix this morning, which is sitting, the plate sitting right here. He likes his dry biscuits, which we give him dry biscuits to make it a mixture. He likes chicken food, and I bought him dog food, but I'm not quite sure if he likes dog food. He's a dog that likes special diet food sort of thing. He will eat dog food if he has to, but mainly he likes to eat what we eat sort of thing, but we try not to give him our food, because sometimes our food has got, say with me, onion stuff like that, and you know, onion for a dog is no good. But saying that, my other little dog that I had before Butch, Big Cindy, she was my very first dog when I was like 7 years old, right? She had food that we used to eat. She used to eat human food that we eat. Cindy would eat it, our other dog, right? And for many a year, she lived to about 16 or 17 years old. We bought little Cindy from the Lost Dogs home down in Melbourne, right? And she went everywhere with us. She went on boats, stuff like that. We used to go fishing. You know, my father used to go fishing and that, and we used to go out as a family on a boat and stuff like that. And Cindy would go. Basically, she was Shih Tzu and Apricot Poodle, right? And she'd go everywhere with us. She'd go in a boat. She'd stay there. She wouldn't jump out, because most dogs sometimes get a bit skittish and they jump out. She would come with us, and you know, we'd have lots and lots of fun. Shih Tzu. Yeah, she was a Shih Tzu, my other dog. This one, Butch here, is Maltese and Shih Tzu, so he's half Maltese and half Shih Tzu. And now that he's getting, say, with me, older, around the eyes, the Shih Tzu in his eyes are coming out, so you can see the white of his eyes, which is quite good. He's learning now to see more things in his doggy life, which is good. He's learning to be a fun dog and to play and chase and do all the stuff that dogs do, which is good for him. Most people are gonna think, well, what else is your plans for Butch's channel, Pete? What are you gonna do with Butch's channel? Butch's channel is gonna mainly have some videos on. I'm not gonna post very often on that channel, because at the moment he's only got 5 subscribers on his channel. I want people to watch the videos that are on there first before I post any more videos, because I want that channel to turn out to be a good channel for him, and so he can be monetized on his channel for himself and stuff like that. Because you know, I thought, you know, and a lot of people have told me, oh, you've got to do a channel for your dog, because you know, people love seeing dog stuff. They love seeing what Butch is up to. They love seeing this, and I have done the channel, but I'm just waiting for more subscribers to go over to Butch's channel and subscribe to Butch's channel, because Butch's channel is you know, it's about him. It's about the everyday life living of Butch, what he gets up to and stuff that he does. Sometimes I don't film everything about Butch, because sometimes it is very hard in the moment when he's doing something to get the camera out, get the phone out when he's doing what he's doing, and I'm sort of, yeah, keeping an eye on him so he doesn't wander. So it does make it very hard for me to post the videos of Butch, but I'm getting there and I'm getting better. For this channel, what's happening with this channel, people are wondering. Well, this channel, for the foreseeable future, you will be getting the up-to-dates of what happens with me, my dramas with me, and what goes into my life, and things that happen to me. That will still be going on. If I've got something to share with you guys, I'll share it with you. I'm sorry, guys. If I've got something to share with you, that's better. If I've got something to share with you guys, like if breaking news does happen and something really does happen and I've got to tell you, I will be sharing it with you. I won't hide anything from you guys, like you guys know from the budget sort of thing. I won't be hiding any of that with you. I'll be honest. I'll be open about it. I will, you know, put it out there, you know, for you guys, you know, so you know what's going on. Because at the end of the day, I don't want people to think, you know, well, Pete's hiding this from us. Why didn't he tell us about this? You know, because I know a lot of you guys worry about me when I do get upset and stuff like that. And I do. You want to come up here? You want to come up here, Butch? What? You want to come up here? Butch, you want to come up here? Butchie, you want to come up here? Here, you want to come up here, Butch? You want to come up here? Here, you want to come up? Oh, good boy. Oh, you got your tail. Butch is here. There we go. Butch is here. Yeah, and I do want to yeah, share all those things with you. I don't want to hide anything from my channel, and in order, I want to show you guys what life is about, what I'm doing, my everyday living and stuff. I don't want to share that. I don't want to not share that with you. And I know a lot of people probably think, well, hang on, isn't that stuff a bit private, Pete? Shouldn't you not be sharing that with the public? People, you know, shouldn't know about. But at the end of the day, I'm the type of person, you know, that sort of really doesn't care, sort of thing. At the end of the day, if something has happened, I'll share it with you. I won't hide the truth from you guys. I won't sort of say with you, not tell you what's going on. I will bring it out there. I'll put it out there, because at the end of the day, I believe that you guys have a right to know what's going on in my life. And sometimes, yes, it is. Sometimes it is very hard for me to keep my big mouth shut on certain things. Yes, this is true. But when I've got something that's aggravating me, well, I've got to put it out there. I've got to let you know how I'm feeling, why I'm feeling this way, and what my plans are to do about this, and how I'm going to figuring it out in my way, sort of thing, if you know what I mean. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people look at people with ADHD and autism and stuff like people that care about people with ADHD, like, you know, people that are in, you know, like homes and stuff like that with ADHD and people like that. Sometimes people with ADHD and autism, they don't speak out. Like if something, what's that you got there? If something is not right, they don't speak out. They just keep their mouth shut and they let other people say, do you want something to play with? Here. They let there you go. They let people sort of walk on top of them, and they don't say much about it. They just keep stunned, and you know, that's when, you know, my blood boils, sort of thing, because you know, they've got to have freedom. I believe in freedom of speech. You know, everyone's entitled to the freedom of speech. You know, I know some people, hang on, Butch. I know some people may not agree on that, but I do believe, and I've worked with a lot of people, you know, like me with ADHD, autism, and stuff like that. What do you want, fella? I do believe in, you know, you've got to have a freedom of speech. It doesn't matter. What do you want from there? It's broken. What are you going to do with that? It's broken. No, don't chew on it. It's sticky. No good. Leave it. I do believe in freedom of speech, and yeah, people have said, I do believe in people have got a right to speak their minds, and you know, something is not, they don't feel that something is right, well, speak up for yourselves. Say, you know, hey, this doesn't feel right, I'm not ready to do this. Speak up for yourselves, because sometimes in life you may think that people are doing something good for you, but at the end of the day, yes, listen to what they've got to say. I'm not saying stop it, Butch. I'm not saying don't listen to what they've got to say. Listen to what they've got to say. Make up your own mind. What you think in your own mind. Make up your own mind. Is this good for me, or is this gonna? Or at the end of the day, are they going to keep adding this on to me? No, sit down. Or they're going to keep adding that on to me. You've got to make up your own mind too, guys, because at the end of the day, when you get yourself into a situation where you let people out, when you let people walk on top of you, they're going to keep on walking on top of you, and you are not going to be able to then get yourself out of the situation. It's only going to come, oh, we need you to pay for this, we need you to pay for it. At the end of the day, you're not going to have a penny to your name. So just beware of speaking your mind if something doesn't feel right. Oh, stop, Butch. If something doesn't feel right, just speak your mind and say, hey, I'm not happy about this decision. I want to talk about it some more. And that's the way. That's the way to do it, guys. So that's the way I work at it. I know there's a lot of people that are like me that have got support, and they have got their support team that do a good job for them. Butch down. And I do get that. I do get there's a lot of people out there with, you know, issues like I've got and stuff like that. There is lots of us out there, guys. Don't get me wrong. And the support team do a great job. Don't get me wrong. The support workers, the support team, the management do a great job. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking any of the management or the support team. That from my support team and my management do a fantastic friggin' job. They all have got me back. They're teaching me new skills. They're teaching me to do this. They're teaching me to do that. You know, the everyday skills. I mean, it's not my fault that I'm a stubborn bastard, and I'll put it out there. I am stubborn. I've got to admit. Butch, will you sit down, please? Ow! I am. Is my dog biting me? Is he? I am. You can see that. Is he? See? I am stubborn. And I really find it hard to let people in, especially when it's a common sense thing about the money situation. I find that, and I'm going to probably harp on this, so, you know, I do apologise to people who are probably sick of hearing about this. Like the money thing, I'm very, very independent with stuff like that. I don't like people telling me what I should spend my money on, what I should do with my money. At the end of the day, that is my, that is my decision, and I will make up my own mind. Oh yeah, I will make up my own mind. I mean, you know, to be sort of here, I will leave it up there, to be backed in the corners too, because a lot of people, well, I'm speaking for myself personally, we do get backed into the corners sometimes. And like, as you know, in that meeting, I was backed into a corner, and he kept asking me for a date. Let's talk about this, the budget. And as you know, in my live streams that I done already, it was very, very hard for me not to talk about something different, because as you know, my father keeps coming out, and he keeps asking for money, and he doesn't realise that I'm paying for this, paying for that, as you guys know, right? So we're not going to get Butch, come here. So at the end of the day, when you're doing that, you've got to be aware of that sort of thing. So, you know, at the end of the day, I do try to do what I can do, but to be, Butch, come here. Sorry, guys. Butch, will you please come here? You want to go with Dad? Go with Dad. No. Sorry guys, the dog wanted to not go somewhere. He just wanted to talk to someone, my dog. Here, play with the banana, that's it. So yeah, that's what it boils down to, guys. That's and before people are going to ask me, well, what's going to happen next week when you have your other meeting that's scheduled for next week? Well, I'm hoping by then things would have settled down a bit, and he's not going to bang on about it. At the end of the day, it's his freedom. It's his freedom. It's his freedom of speech to talk to me about it. That's his right to talk to me about that if he wants. But at the end of the day, I believe in. I'll listen to him. Yes, that's fine. But at the end of the day, the decisions that I make are up to me. Never mind you do your calculation. This is how much rent is. This is how much that is. You know, the thing is, you pay your $100 a week, right? Then it'll be the groceries. Then it'll be this. Then it'll be rent. And by the time and where does it leave me? do you put a line under that and say, hey, this is started because of this, then this is started, then that is started. And as I said to you, by the time this all starts, then I'm going to be the one that walks around with barely nothing in his pocket. So no, that's not happening. At the end of the day, I make my own rules. I know that sounds a bit harsh. The people are probably saying, how can you make your own rules, Pete? Isn't the rules there for everyone? When I say make my own rules, let me explain what I mean. I pay my own bills, as you know, for the van, stuff like that, phone bills, stuff like that, my insurance, stuff like that, the thing I'm doing on the van, I'm paying for that, right? And Butcher's haircut and stuff like that, and all these medical stuff, I pay for that, right? And I buy wine and the groceries sometimes, right? It just depends when you've got the money. You can't give money if you haven't got money, if you know what I mean. So I do reckon, you know, at the end of the day, it is up to me what I do, and, you know, how I conduct myself, and how do I reckon this is going to turn out, how do I reckon this, because I, you know, as you guys know, I had a friend, and I put this out on the channel before, named Rex. He used to work at the Endeavour Shouted Workshop with me many years ago, right? And I saw the way that he was treated in the situation where they were in control of his money and stuff like that, and he didn't get a say in where his money went. He only got $20 a week, and that was bullshit. And that really annoyed me. And I've always said to myself, when I saw Rex being treated like that, I always said to myself, I would never ever get myself into that situation like that, where someone's trying to tell me about my money situation and stuff like that. And I said to myself, I'll never be in that situation as well. And I'm sort of now realizing I'm finding myself in that situation, and I'm trying my hardest not to make any decisions which is going to affect me personally. So I've got to sort of take a step back and move on to different things, if you know what I mean. Because at the end of the day, you know, you probably heard me, whoa, get out of here, bloody fly. You've heard me talk about this. As you know, I am a very, very stubborn person. I'll admit that. I'm not a person that's saying he's perfect. I'm far from perfect. But I do believe in trying to make myself a better person. And, you know, because you get people, let me put an example out to you guys. You get people, right, they've done their schooling, they've done their TAFE courses, they went, what do you call, to the big college, university, Pete. Get your word out, boy. University. They've done all that bullshit. They've been to university. They know what's what and what's not what, right? So they've done that. But at the end of the day, how do I explain it? They're on a better wage packet than I'll ever be on, right? They, you know, I'm not saying how much they earn because I don't know and I don't want to know. But at the end of the day, they can afford to do, you know, what basically, what they want to do, sort of thing, if you know what I mean. But when you got someone like me that hasn't got much, and, you know, I'm trying to make do with what I got, and I'm trying to make it stretch and stuff like that, it then makes it very, very hard to sort of realise, well, hey, Pete, you know, you've got to do you. And when people keep, you know, wanting dates, they want this, they want that, and, you know, it's going to get me back to square one, like I used to be when, you know, and I think the situation is going to become like, it's going to be like when many years ago, my father was in control of my pension, and I didn't see much of that, and I'm just recently learned learning how to budget my money, and I'm doing pretty good. I'm not saying I'm perfect at it, but I am doing pretty good at it. And I think it's getting to that situation again, and I don't want that to happen. where people take this out of my bank, take that out of my bank. I don't want that to happen. I mean, the payments I've got now in my other savings account, we set it up for me, and I'm very proud of that. But I just don't want to get into the situation where people are going to say, oh, this is due, that's due. I just don't want that to happen, because at the end of the day, the government doesn't help me for, if I do go for, assistance or that. There's none of those schemes. So you tell me, how better off am I going to be? I'm not. And I know people are going to say, well, look, it's everyday living, Pete. We've all got to do this. And I get you. I do get the people that are saying it's everyday living, we're all got to do it. I understand where he's coming from. Don't get me wrong. All I'm trying to say is that it does make it hard when you're on a disability pension and you're trying to make ends meet the way it is. And inflation is going up. Things are going up. Things are costing more. And, yeah, I mean, usually when a person says no, when they're in a meeting and they say, well, look, can we not talk about this? Well, then you've got to realise, you've got to respect that other person's wishes and say, well, we'll leave it. And yeah, and then just leave it. Let me worry about what I'm doing. You just worry about what you're going to be doing. And if you know what I mean, sort of thing. And that's the way, I wish that people could just, if I want help in the money situation with my money, I'll ask my support workers. Because at the end of the day, my support workers, they leave the decisions up to me. They give me advice, and I'll take it on board, or I don't take it on board. That's up to me. At the end of the day, they don't force me, they don't push me. They know when to back off. They know, well, I've said what I'm going to say with Pete. That's it. He's got his own life. At the end of the day, we can't tell him how to spend his own money, because that's not what we do. That's not our job. And I love my support workers for that. They don't hassle me. They don't give me a hard time. They let me be me. They let me do what I have to do. They give me advice and they say, yeah, sure. Should you be getting that? Don't forget you are on a budget for doing this, to do that. They do give me sound advice, and I appreciate every one of my support workers. I mean, I know, Olivia too, she's, given me good advice, and at the end of the day, she says to me, well, look, you can take my advice, or, it's up to you at the end of the day. And she's really firm on that, which is good. It's good to have someone like her on my team, that looks out for me and really has got my, my back. And yes, I know I said I did, walk away from Olivia because she, was sort of, I had a lot of things going on at the time, and I wasn't thinking straight, and I had everything going on at once. And, when you're a person that's got ADHD and autism and stuff like that, and you've got everything that's going on at once, it can get a bit overwhelming for you. You cannot think straight. You're thinking, oh, what's going to happen now? What am I going to do now? What am I going to do next? And sometimes you don't think of your actions before you do them. And I think that's important too, that people do realise that people like me, that have always been babied with their savings and stuff like that, and other people have looked out for that situation, and they've done it for them, because in the younger days they were carefree and they really didn't, want to concentrate about stuff like that. I reckon that when a person like me does get to a certain age, like me now, we do want to know more about what's going on with our money, where it's going to and stuff. And I'm glad that I'm in control of my own money. Don't get me wrong. It's been a long, long time since I've been in control of my money. As I said, my mother and father have always looked out for my money, and, I've not learned how to do my own budgeting. And, with the setup I've got on my phone, it lets me know what bills I've got. It lets me know when they're due and stuff like that. And, it lets me know when they come out, and the car payments for the build out. That is all calculated for me. So at the end of the day, there is a lot to come down. When I've got extra, I do help out. So don't think that I moment, I don't help out around here. I do. When I've got extra money, I do help out around here. I do fork out for my shopping. Don't think I don't, because I do, guys, all right? I'm just putting it out there because a lot of people probably think that I don't, but I do. Believe me, I do. Every day of the week, when I support people here, most of my time goes running my father here, running him there. So, yeah, don't think I don't do anything, because I do. And, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I fork out, as I said, I fork out for the fuel, I fork out for that, and I, too, have to make allowances for that, because I've still got nearly 2,400 to save up for the van, and I've only got a couple of weeks, over a month to do it in. Well, about 7 weeks, roughly. So I've only got over a month to do it in, a couple of weeks, over a month, and I'm determined to do it. And when I say I'm going to do something, well, I usually will do it. I usually do it, I save up for it, and I budget for it, and I do it. And that's, again, budgeting. That, to me now, that I'm budgeting. So people should be proud of me that I am budgeting and paying my bills at the same time, which I'm doing. So at the end of the day, you can't go crook at me and say, well, Pete, you're not paying your own bills. Well, I'm paying my phone bill, mate. I'm paying my insurance. I'm paying my Medibank. I'm paying pet insurance. I'm paying for the dog's grooming. You can't say that I'm not paying for anything. I mean that's, you know, as Olivia says, as I said to Olivia, that's a barefoot lie. And Olivia would say, oh yeah, that's right, it's one of my sayings. And as you know, Olivia has gone overseas. She'll be going overseas tomorrow. And Olivia, if you are watching this, I hope you have a good time overseas, and I hope to see you when you get back from your holiday. And I'm going to miss you. I am going to miss you, and don't get yourself into any sticky situations, okay? Get it? Sticky situations. Olivia and I have always been joking like that, you know, sticky situations and stuff like that. That's what sort of makes us who we are, sort of thing. Like all of my support workers, we've all got different sense of humour. We all joke around. We all joke around about different things, and we all have fun, and we're all basically there for one another, sort of thing. I mean, they do tell me, yeah, certain things for me to do certain things and stuff like that. I mean, take Friday, right? When I was with what's her name? Say it with me. What's her name? I was exhausted. I was really damn well exhausted. I mean, like, so exhausted, it wasn't funny. After doing my chores, you know, the washing machine, the bed, stuff, I was exhausted. I really was. I really was exhausted. People think because of me ADHD and me stuff, oh, you got tons of energy to burn off. You can do this, Pete. You can do that. Well, that's, to tell you the truth, that's not the case. At the end of the day, I only can do so much, and I do get tired when I'm got to do these chores, do that chore. I do get tired. I have to have a bit of a break, and then sometimes I do get into these not mood swings, but I do have to have a rest and concentrate on other stuff, because I can't do other stuff. You can't do everything at once, and that's what I like. Yeah, I've been on TikTok before, Izzy, but you weren't there. I was on there for about maybe half an hour to an hour. I was over on TikTok, and yeah, I was talking, you know, about many things over there, but unfortunately you weren't there. So yeah, there was that, and yeah, basically I'm looking forward to the better year coming up, because this year for me has been an up and down sort of year, as you know, and I'm hoping this year to come will be a better year for me, and I won't be hassled so much, if you know what I mean, because, you know, it puts a bloke's what do you call, thing down when he's hassled all the time. It makes him, someone saying hello, hello, how are you? It makes it hard for me, and other people like me. Don't forget, other people like me. The black extra like me when you sort of being hassled all the time, and don't think many people understand. Good, thank you. It's okay. I'm glad that someone is feeling happy today. I'm happy. Yeah, I'm over the moon and far and far away. Before people say, do you tell jokes on the channel, Pete? I do tell jokes, yes. There's lots of jokes I tell when I'm doing driving videos and stuff like that. I do lots of jokes. I do put a lot of jokes out. I do a lot of the content that I put out is mainly joking and mainly me being me. And I do all of that. I do believe in doing jokes. I do believe in having fun and telling it how it is and stuff like that. So, yep, end of the day, I do jokes. And for people that say you don't do jokes, well, I do. And I do. I believe in joking and having a good time and having fun. And, you know, being me is very important to me. Is telling my story on my channel so people understand about ADHD and autism and how it affects me and how the emotions can kick in with ADHD as well. Because people think, you know, what is ADHD like, Pete? Living with, how is it? How does it affect you living with ADHD? You know, how do you feel? Well, ADHD can be very, very hard to live with. We're the type of people that can't handle pressure. If someone's hassling us, we get very defensive. We put the walls up. We don't want to listen. We just go into our own sort of world, sort of thing where we can't see all this. We just don't want to be hassled. So that's how it works. For people that are wondering about it, that's how it works. And yeah, basically that's how I work. I'm sort of that person that sort of say with me, does his own thing. Butch, come here. Does his own thing. I'm just going to check something, guys. Hang on. You must, Butch, come here. You must like me. Geez, we've gone up to 6,570 subscribers. Jesus, thank you so much, guys. Please, yeah, keep going up. Jesus, we're heading for the good times. Thank you so much, guys. I do appreciate it. And I know you do appreciate me being honest. I'm just going to have some water. Video's got to 179 views. Borge. Hang on, I'm going to go and get the dog. He's pulling it as well. Sorry guys, I have to go toilet. Yes, toilet is it's that big round thing which has got a lid. Is he saying ha 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 ha, very funny. Yeah, as I was saying about the everyday life living skill, I'm just going to turn this electricity off and plug it into here. Hang on. Hang on guys, I'm just going to plug into my battery box. I'm going to plug into my battery box and this will come inside with me. Reason being because I don't want people, my mum and dad to come out and say, oh, you're using our electricity again, so we'll plug into this, we'll play it safe. Here we go. Get in there. Here we go, we'll plug into this and we'll put this on. There we go. There we go, we'll use that instead. So yeah, that's how it's been. If anyone else would like to know any more about my situation, how I'm learning how to budget my money, please contact me on Pete's station. Pete, I'm for you. You're a funny, lovely person. Keep on the joking. You'll be right, mate. And Izzy, before I get to tell you, did you see yesterday that I went to your channel? I think it was on TikTok. I'm pretty sure it was on TikTok, and I looked at all your videos and gave them a like for you. If you had gone over there, I've been on your YouTube channel to have a look at your TikTok channel to look at your videos, and I gave them all a like. Okay, I don't know how many there was, but let's just say I ran out of points at the end of the time. I was going click, 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 click. It kept saying to me, gotta run out of points. So I just let you know, Izzy, I was there yesterday looking at all your videos, okay, on the TikTok, okay, just giving them again another like, okay, just to help you out a bit on your channel, alright. There you go. That was an announcement for my mate Izzy here, which I always give her a shout out on the channel. Izzy and I we've done some live streams together which went for about 4 hours, and that has been amazing, all the 4-hour live streams that I've done with you, Izzy. I've loved doing the 4-hour live stream with you. They've been really great. Izzy and I, one day, this was back when at the other place, I was waiting for Maddie, and she arrived a certain time, right? So Izzy and I were just sitting there. I was telling Izzy my stories, and yeah, Maddie was meant to come at a certain time, but she didn't, because she was coming later. And again, I forgot all about that, right? So Izzy and I were just, I was telling her about the school days. I was telling her stories about everything I could, right? And I said I was communicating with Izzy from like I'm doing now, and I said to Izzy, why don't we do a 4-hour live stream? And Izzy was looking at me, and Izzy was saying, okay. And it was amazing because I was talking for 4 hours straight. And you guys know I can talk like a fish underwater. Well, fish don't talk underwater because they're bloody drown, wouldn't they? But you know what I mean. I was doing the joking, I was doing this. I was basically doing everything on the channel. And it went for about 4 hours. The joking, the talking, all went for 4 hours. And I said to Izzy, we got to do these things, every so often. And I haven't done one really for quite a while of doing a live long stream, opening my heart to you guys and telling you my feelings. And not many YouTubers do open their hearts to the public. They don't open themselves up and tell everyone, you know, what's going on, what they're feeling, how they're feeling this, why they're feeling. They don't sort of do that sort of thing. I guess really I'm the only one, mainly, well, my channel. I do that so people don't get themselves into sticky situations like I'm trying to avoid by doing this, doing that. Um, so yeah, I'm just trying to help people out by just telling them, just be careful. If something doesn't feel right, or you got a helper or support worker, um, or someone that's giving you advice and they're asking about your money situation and stuff like that. And if you don't want to talk about it, but the best way I find is just try and change the subject away from that sort of talk, and that way then you can make up your own mind and your own time about what you want to do. Yeah, that's all. I mean, I'll probably talk about more than that. I mean, I always do. You know me, when I got something that needs to be broadcasted, I broadcast anything and everything on my channel. I don't hold back. Sometimes it's the right thing to do, sometimes it isn't, sometimes it gets you in hot water. Well, hey, stiff picky, that's the way life is. I do believe in speaking my mind. At the end of the day, if you don't speak your mind, then people don't know what you're going on about. So you've got to speak your mind. You've got to let people know what you want to be heard about. You want people to know just because you've got a disability, we can think for ourselves. We're not people that can't think for ourselves. We may have our faults, but at the end of the day, we're not complete vegetables. All we ask is we want to be treated. We want to be treated like normal people. We want to be loved like normal people. We don't want people to, go on us when we say no. We just want people to say, okay, he's made that clear. He doesn't want to talk about that. Let's not talk about that anymore. We want to have the freedom of speech to say, hey, I don't want to talk about that anymore. Can we move on to something else? In the end of the day, that's what we want. We don't want people to go on at us because that makes us feel like we're being pressured and pushed into stuff. And I think everyone, like me with ADHD and any other person that's got a disability, if you're being forced into something, speak out and say, well, hey, I'm not ready to talk about this yet. Can you please just back off and just leave me alone? Let's talk about something different. Let's work out a plan about something different. And I reckon that's what's happening with me. I'm going to be talking about something different next week. If I do hear about the B word that comes up next week, I'll be changing the subject straight away to something else. I just won't be listening. I know people are saying, well, that's a bit rude. You're not going to even listen. I'm going to listen, but I'm not going to agree with anything. Like last week, I agreed, and stupid me, I shouldn't have done that. I should have just turned around and said, sorry, I'm not agreeing with nothing till I'm worked out my own finances in my head. You know what I mean? And that's just the way I am. I mean, other people are probably different to me. They work on a certain wavelength, which I can understand. At me, I've got my own wavelength in my head, and that's the way my head runs. At the end of the day, you're not gonna change me. I'm who I am, and I'm not gonna apologise for me being who I am. At the end of the day, I'm Peter, and that's who I am. A lot of people love me for who I am, and I do respect you guys for loving me for who I am and being part of my life on the channel, and me giving everyday advice to you lovely people is basically part of what I do. I give advice to people because I don't want people. I've been a big believer, right? Even when I was at the workshop I used to work at, right? I was always a big believer. Having a disability, you can see things differently. You can see things. You can see how people are looking at you differently. They're looking at you like you got different. You got two heads, sort of thing. People do look at people like me and other people, normal people. Not every normal person, but some people look at us. They like to study it inside our brain, and that they like to look at us like we've got two heads. And there's nothing more than annoys the shit out of me when people do that, because at the end of the day, God made me the way He made me. You know, I'm not pleased about it, but hey, I cannot do nothing about it. That's just who I am. And you know, I just don't like people, because when I was younger, as I said to you, when I was younger, I used to have psychiatrists. I used to have all these people study Peter, you know, what he can do, what he can't do, what he's capable of, what he's not capable of doing, right? And at the end of the day, I'm now making my own decisions in life. I'm now doing this, I'm doing that in my own life, and I think that's very important for people that want to learn their budget, their own money, is they have a go and do it. Have a go and do it. If you need help, ask for help. At the end of the day, if you don't want help and you think you can do it like I'm doing it pretty good, then don't ask for help. Keep on doing it, and just managing it in your head is the best thing, because not all of us like to see things written down on paper. I cannot see things written down on paper. I mean, some people like, yeah, this number, that. No, don't give me any of that bullshit. I just don't want numbers. I mean, you can sit there on your computer and go da 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 da. Well, yeah, fine, but you don't do that. And that's what makes you happy. You go and do that, but don't ram it down my throat. I know that I'm sounding a bit ungrateful, and yeah, maybe I am in a way, yes. But as I said, all through my life, I've had people tell me to do this. I've had people to tell me to do that. At the end of the day, you know, you get to a point where you've got to say, let's move on to something different. Let's talk about something different, and let's discuss something that's going to benefit me in the long run. If you know what I mean, you know. At the end of the day, I'm still living with my parents, as you guys know. I'm still living here. I'm doing my everyday thing. I'm still living here. I'm still, you know, basically doing what I'm doing, you know, and that's not going to change. My glasses are bloody dirty, so that's not going to change. And I will always try to be. There we go. I will always try and be who I am. I'm not going to pretend to be someone I'm not. At the end of the day, that's not who I am. I don't run that way. I don't try to pretend to be someone I'm not. It's not who I am. I try to be me. I try to figure things out my own way. I mean, I do get very offended when I, you know, say to someone, hey, I just don't want to go into talking about that again, and people just, you know, say to me, oh well, we'll talk about that when I come. But I've already said to you, I don't want to talk about it. Why would you bring it up and say to me, let's talk about, I'm not a 2-year-old baby that you've got to say, we'll talk about this. So at the end of the day, I do have to, certain things I just have to switch off and walk away from. It's who I am. If something gets too difficult for me, I either switch off and don't listen because that's the way I am, or I will say, well, yes, in my own time. And basically that's the way I work. It's no good pushing me into a situation where I don't feel comfortable with. Don't give me deadlines. I don't go by deadlines. I don't go by deadlines. When I'm saving something, that's difficult. It's something I want to save with. Is that the Aveo bus? Yep, I was right. It's the Aveo bus. Yeah, at the end of the day, I will make up my own mind for these situations that do occur and that do come. I will just make my own mind up. And basically, that's all I want to say about it. Butcher's around here somewhere. Yeah, so that's what's gonna happen. So, if you're wondering what's gonna happen next week when I have the meeting, nothing's gonna happen, mate. Nothing is gonna happen. It's just gonna be the same. What's that noise? A bird? Oh, it's a bird in the tree. Sorry. Yeah, that's what I'm just gonna let it go and we're one ear and out the other. Anyway, apart from that, some lots of cool videos coming your way. And I do hope that you'll stick around for all the videos that are coming your way. It's really cool to have you guys watching the videos that do come out, and I'm very, very pleased to be putting the videos out, and the Christmas videos and stuff like that. I'm very, very, very pumped on the videos that are going to come out. I'm very excited to put them out. I'm very excited to do more live streaming over the Christmas period for you guys to be here. And yeah, I hope you all can join me. I'll be back in a minute. It's going to take the plate in now. Hi, boy. biscuits for the dog. Sorry guys, I'm just listening to a story my father said about someone. You want Becky? Hang on, hey, let me show. Want Becky here? No, don't want Becky, alright. Come on. That's Cookie Monster. Butch's favourite thing that he plays with now is Cookie Monster. He seems to go for the Cookie Monster and bite the Cookie Monster's eyeball, and then he'll bite something out in the Cookie Monster. I'm here guys, yes. Maddie comes at 10 o'clock. Before anyone asks me, before Izzy says, and I know you're going to say it, Izzy, Maddie's late, Maddie's late. She comes at 10 o'clock. Okay? I got you then, didn't I, Izzy? You were about to say, Maddie's late, weren't you, Izzy? I know Izzy like a book. Izzy and I will always shit stir one another. You know, we're good mates like that. We shit stir, we like each other. Hamish hasn't been on today. You want me to go on TikTok, Izzy? Is that what you're trying to say to me? Do you want to talk to me on TikTok? Is that what you're trying to say to me? TikTok, but you want to talk to me on TikTok? I mean, if you want to talk to me on TikTok, just let me know. TikTok, but what do you want me to do on TikTok, Izzy? That's what I want to know. What do you want me to do on TikTok? Let's wait for Izzy to yes, okay. I want to head over to TikTok, guys. Izzy wants to talk to me.